Mykelti is doing something amazing. Hi, Jackie. He's doing a fundraiser. He's at a racetrack and he's going to jump on,
Oh, I love that.
like while it's at the racetrack. But you know what I want to do since we're on here talking about things? I want everybody to just talk about your character, talk about the process, talk about what the experience was like, just the whole thing. Whether you're, been making movies since you were old enough to, look in the mirror. That one over there. Where's this one? or this was, you know what I mean? Kind of a newer experience, first time in this kind of situation. It would be really, from me, from a producer perspective, I would love to know kind of how, how it was for everyone, because I love you guys. Hi, Miss Jackie. You can come off mute. You don't have to wait for my. Oh, he's here. Well, our fearless leader. He's doing God's work out there, raising money for the baby. And what you want people to take away from tonight. And I know you guys haven't seen it, but I've seen it. And Mykelti has seen it. And y'all are wonderful.
Yes, yeah.
Y'all are wonderful.
Yeah,
Y'all are
that's
wonderful.
true.
Start with you, King.
Me? Oh, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Well, this is actually my first supporting role in a SAG project.
Nice.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I've done a lot of indie work, leads and shorts and things like that nature, but this was like diving into the deep end, and I was just so happy to have you, Silvia, Mykelti, Keisha, everybody, Tisha, everyone, the full cast and crew were very welcoming and open and helpful, even to everybody that was doing PA work. Everybody made my first experience like a dream come true, and I was just like, wow, this is how we do it in the big leagues. This is what I've been waiting for. So, yeah, like just the experience as a whole, just feeling open and available to come speak with you all about anything that we're doing, anything that we're shooting. You just made it so easy, and it just felt like I felt so comfortable and at home, that I couldn't wish for anything more on set with you all, and just a great time. It didn't feel like work; it felt like just having fun and just working on the side. But yeah, it was an amazing experience.
Wow.
I couldn't ask for anything more. I don't know.
Wow. Wow.
You're phenomenal. We love you, Tougher.
Love you.
And you
Love
were
Yes.
amazing.
You.
You were amazing. And I would not have known this was your first rodeo because you were so professional and
Absolutely.
so tight, and you had such composure under some challenging is the right word, some very sparkly circumstances.
Yeah.
You
It was
were
a really
very,
tight, it was a tight schedule, and you
yeah,
guys all rose to the occasion. I mean, a
yeah,
really tight schedule.
It was.
And Tougher, you were so free and creative. You
man.
know what I mean? And
Yeah.
natural and real. And I feel like that about the entire cast. You
Yeah.
know, we had somebody who was a little nervous. I was like, girl, you know how bad you are? You better
This
come
one
on.
over here,
Yes.
where am I
Yes.
pointing?
Okay.
My girl.
Yes. Yeah. Amazing. Man, she's so just powerful. And yes, you. So you stop hiding, girl.
It's my first rodeo too. That was the thing. Maybe I hid that well. What camera? What camera? I don't know. Somebody help me. That camera. Okay. So it was an amazing learning experience. And I could not have picked a better cast and crew to do this with. I learned so much from everybody. Oh, Keisha couldn't have been the most amazing leading lady to support. Learned so much from her, and oh my gosh, she made sure that I was okay, that everybody was okay in her own just powerful and kind way. And oh my gosh.
Don't get me crying in here.
Oh man, it's
Either.
that's what it is. That's what it is,
Thank
though.
you. And just, I also have to point out, like, being on set and having so many believers, that was so important, and just so amazing to have people praying over people, that
Yes.
beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
So,
And people have this idea of what we do and the kind of people we are. they don't know really, who we really are and what it takes to do what we do. And when your first day or second AD is like, we got to find Silvia, I'm thinking, okay, what happened? You know what I mean? Right? Like set wise, I'm not thinking. And the first thing she said to me was, Maggie needs you to come. The second, Maggie needs you to come pray. Nobody tells those stories when they're talking about what we do and who we are and what it's like to be in this world and in this work. And so many people in this space love God and pray and hold hands and stand in the middle of the hotel set or hallway praying for folks and laying hands on, that's what, and it doesn't really matter what your version of that is. The fact is, there are more people I have found of faith in this business than not, because you kind of have to be to survive this. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But you know what I mean? But I didn't know that. I didn't know this was your first.
It was.
Wow.
For me, same boat. I had been in different things on TV as far as SAG, Queen Sugar. I was happy to be in, but this was my first SAG movie role. And what a great cast, everyone. I was joking around with my wife. I was like, I'm sitting on this boat, this beautiful place, and kind of just trying to get in that mindset. And I see a hand come around my shoulder, and I turn, and it's T. He's like, "Hey, thank you so much for being here." Everything else. I mean, to me, I guess I wouldn't think. To me, I like, I'm not a peon, but I'm just some dude sitting on a boat at that point. And I told my wife, I said, I really believe that I pulled some really cool look, and I was very macho. It's like, my goodness, I'm here. It's take those moments to ground you. But from that point on, the entire cast, everybody, I felt at home. It almost waiting for a grill to come out or something. It was just that much fun. You know what I mean?
That's funny.
Every moment, so I was very thankful, and I just came into this because I spent about 22 years in the military. I retired.
Wow.
Came into this, and I've loved it since the first time I did it. Since the first time I was in some lawyer's commercial telling you how you can get $250,000. I love everything about it. And this cast and the crew, ADs, everyone just made it a really awesome experience.
Great.
Wow.
Right. Jason, thank you for your service too, by the way.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your sacrifice and your service, man. And thank you for being a champion. You got a couple of dance moves too there, brother. I saw on the boat. And it's interesting. There are a couple of different versions of the movie. There's the domestic US version, and there's also going to be a European version.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. I feel like I'm with the family again.
Yes.
Right.
Hey, Miss Keisha, I want you to have a chance to talk about this, because this is not your first film, or your second, or your 10th, or your 20th, or whatever. And so, but I really do. I want to hear how this felt for you. It's your first Hallmark, though, isn't it? Your first Hallmark movie?
My first Hallmark movie, yes.
Yes.
I was sitting here thinking, like, how do you compress everything that's going on in my mind? First, the cast and crew, amazing, and of course Mykelti. It was surreal because I talked to him about this. I directed him in a Lethal Weapon episode that I did, and to have him direct me was such, I don't know if serendipity is the right word, but it was just such a pleasure to be directed by him. He's such an incredible actor and great director, and so that already I was on board when I heard his name. Just to be honest, and then to meet you, Silvia, and you two work so well together. Just as a producer, you're just on top of everything. It was beautiful to work with both of you. And then the cast, I loved the cast. I loved everybody's personalities. They were just so humble and beautiful in their work, and not just their work, but outside of that, because everybody doesn't see that. You just see, when you watch the movie, you'll see us play our characters, but outside of that, the character of all the people that are involved was just so beautiful, and I was so blessed to be a part of it. And the belief on on set, like we were saying, it was just a beautiful, I don't know, when you get believers together to do art, it's just going to come out beautifully, even with the ups and downs, because we did have this little time to do this film, but we all came in, we knew what we were coming into. Even if you had a little bumps, and that's film. It's going to happen whether you have a month or 6 months to shoot a film. You're going to go through some bumps and stuff. You just got to figure it out. We did it with grace. Everybody, producers, crew, everyone just kept pushing ahead. And in terms of the role, all the roles that we played in the story that we're telling, talking about breaking through in your life, I think it's a beautiful story that we're telling that everybody can relate to, whether you're Black, white, male, female, whatever, that you have a breakthrough in your life. We can all get stale, or we all think we think we're going one way in our lives, but there's a plan, there's a God plan, there's a different plan. And what do? You break through or you sit. And so I love that we're telling the story of how do we break through the hard times. And yeah, I just feel really great about being a part of this film. And Mahogany. Can we talk about Mahogany?
Come on.
Let's talk
Come
about
on.
Mahogany. I think Tony said it best, is that we all deserve the happy ending. We need to see ourselves in these stories, and especially the world. If we look at the world, and yes, it's heavy and there's horrible things happening, but I always feel like it, I'll go into the war is won. That's how I feel. And then that goodness will always win, even if it feels like it's not. So even when I'm thinking of these stories, that we need to see ourselves in these stories, these happy endings, these love stories, as people. And I love that Hallmark sees that, and Mahogany is here to stay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you were brilliant. You were not only brilliant. I mean, I knew you'd bring that you're, as an artist, it would be what it was, but just as a human being. And I remember the first time we talked, I was sitting on the stairs. See, I remember I walked out of the meeting and I thought I need to call Keisha real quick.
Yes.
And we had never actually spoken before. And when you answered the phone, you said, "Hey, I knew before I spoke to you, just because of your energy and the way you carry yourself and what you radiate, that you were going to be exactly who you are." But it was such a blessing to find you, to not only be that when we're on the phone and you're going to a birthday party and whatever, but when it's like hot and it's late, and then all the things and all the reasons there would have been for you to have reached into some other space and come out in a different way. That space doesn't exist for you.
No.
You are consistently kind and consistently lovely, and I just appreciate you personally. So I just wanted to say that to you.
Thank you, Silvia.
True.
May I chime in and give you some Keisha love?
Absolutely.
Listen, I remember the day that we found out that you had agreed. We actually celebrated with every actor we got. But the day we found out who our leading woman was, our first lead, we would just jump for joy. And we had to play it. We had to play it cool. You know what I mean? But it was, man, we had a ball celebrating you, Keisha. And I bragged about the amazing, wonderful director that you are, which facilitates your movement as an actor, and it informs your humanity and your professionalism and all of your knowledge with your craft on every level, your ability to storytell visually. You know where to go. And directors, if they're smart, don't have to touch you very much at all and just let you soar, because you're that gifted. And I really feel honored that on my reel is Keisha as my leading lady, and I have it on my reel. So thank you for being as amazing as you are, and for sharing that with all of us. It was really a blessing to work with you.
Yeah. Hi, Akona. I know you have words to say out of your face.
Yeah, sure. Well, thank you. Well, everyone, this whole experience has just been really so a blessing. I mean, it's even to this day, I feel like, is this real? Is this really real? Not just, being in this movie, but really working with each and every one of you. I mean, to work with you, Sylvia, to work with T, and to work with Keisha, and just really just to work with everyone. Everyone was so nice and so kind, you know, and so just giving and so nurturing. And I feel as though for me, I've had such an amazing experience you all in this career that I call acting. I really worked with some of the most amazing and kindest people, and to work with you all who are just so uplifting, you know, and to be mentored by T, giving me all these nuggets, you know, not just as a young actor and not just as a young Black man, but just of everything. You know, he really believes in me, you know, and really encourages me. And I feel like I don't take that for granted because I'm sure not everyone has that. I know for a fact not everyone has that. And just to work with you, Keisha, you know, you being the leading lady of this and being so kind. I told you on set, like you are, I love working with you. You are just incredibly sweet and incredibly professional and kind and uplifting. And I just felt so um encouraged to be myself and to be just to be a man. I'm like I told you, T, over the phone, you know, I walk different now. Like I see life different, you know, how I'm handling myself and just things that are in my physical world is different, you know, and I just crave to be righteous and to be great. And I just really want you all to know this. It may sound cheesy, but really like every single one of you means so much to me because it's just really a dream that I'm living. Again, not just a movie, but just being around all of you and just and what we just did. And I'm so thankful and I'm just really happy about life in general, to be completely honest with you. So that's all. That's all. Topher, what you laughing about?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, little bro. That's what I'm talking about.
What's
You out
good?
here doing it, little brother. No,
We should do a freestyle right now, man. You were like,
no, I'm with you. I echo all of those sentiments, Kono. Like, yeah, you're a true gem, bro, and like you're a really genuine person. So, me and Akono, we definitely had some late nights in the gym while filming, and then we just talk about, you know, not only just the set life, but auditions that we had and things that were going on in our careers and just the movie in general and just how great it was being able to work with everyone on the cast and Mykelti and Silvia and all the producers and crew. It was amazing to be able to have someone like you, Akono, like that I can chop it up with after a long day of work, and then, you know, we still work out, still go to the gym at like 1 a.m, and then get up right back and do it all again. It was cool, man.
I'm gonna chime in here about Mykelti for a second because he is Mr. Encouragement. But I'm gonna tell you the position that I am in on these projects is layered. And though I come in as a creative producer, you know, on that side, and I do what I do on that side, there's another part of it that requires like an overseeing kind of thing outside of what's happening creatively. And this project presented some unique challenges in that regard. But when I come on a set, and especially when I come in and I'm, you know, people have been, well, what do we get? 15 days for prep, right? And when I come in and I kind of come in as everybody's boss, which is weird when people have already worked together and all of that. But Mykelti made me feel safe. And you guys are not gonna make me cry. And he made me know that he had me, which was a really big deal because I'm a girl and I am you know, I'm wrapped the way I'm wrapped, but I'm still a sister. You know what I mean? And when you come into a situation where people are not that excited about taking direction from you, and then you have your captain, because I saw him as my captain, then I got you. You just do you. You don't worry about it. I got at every step of the way. We talked about everything. We had some of those, like you guys had those workout nights. We had those prayer days. We were like, whoa, what is happening? And he's so collaborative. And Keisha, you know this. Not every director, especially superstar director, and superstar actor like Mykelti is collaborative. They don't care what your opinion is. They don't care what you think. They don't care anything. And this was like, every time I said, I want to make the film you see, he was like, no, this ain't that. This is us. This is we. And people say that, but he meant it. And I knew he meant it genuinely from the beginning. I told everybody, now you guys may remember me saying this, don't go watch Forrest Gump before you shoot this film. Because you'll be so intimidated. Now, obviously the resume is really long, but that particular movie, do not watch it because it will freak you out. And you won't be able, you'll just be like this. You won't be able to like function, you know? But because he brings such grace and such elegance to the space, just like Jason was saying, I look up, his arm around me, like, be Mykelti. You know what I mean? And it's got to sink in for a minute. But even though you carry that T, even though you carry such grace and elegance and power and gravitas, there's a vulnerability and a humility that you also carry and a kindness, an innate kindness that is probably more intimidating to people who are used to being abused. And because kindness is my ethos, we just connected so quickly, and it was like, let's do what we got, let's make this happen. And I wanted to thank you publicly for the space and the safe space you created for me. Amen. Because as I said, my job was layered.
Amen.
and you did that.
Well, thank Silvia. Thank you for that. I remember the cast did not know this, but there, other than me, there were two people that had a key to my room. It was the cinematographer, and it was our producer, Silvia. And we were so tight with the budget, there was really no space for Silvia to work. So when I was out scouting and working every day, Silvia or Daryl would be in my room working all day long. And I remember one day, Silvia, you said to me that you felt safe with me, and it really it melted my heart and brought tears to my eyes, because as the father of daughters, that's how every person should feel safe. You should never have to sit in a room and a dude looking at you like you're a bucket of chicken. You know what I mean? I'm serious. That's ridiculous, man. It's insulting to men that other men give us that reputation. You know what I'm saying? It's just not, it's not cool. I'm not down with that. And I'm just grateful that God made me who he made me. And I'm just grateful because I shoot straight from the heart, man. And I don't want anything hindering my prayers. That's why I walk the way I walk. Because if somebody calls me in the middle of the night and needs me, my prayer is getting off the ground. You know, right. It means it's too important. But thank you for being you, Silvia. You're the first creative producer I've ever worked with who did not interfere and get in the way and just, you know, make people feel some kind of strange way. Like, what does this guy do? What's she doing? I never felt that. And I always knew that you had Tony's back. Tony's all of our boss. Tony is Hallmark Mahogany in our minds and hearts. And everybody had Tony's back and her front because that's the mission. So it was a privilege to be surrounded by so many mission-oriented, creative people because that's what cinema is. It's the highest level of creative, collaborative art on the planet. That's what we do. And nobody makes a movie by themselves. If they do, you don't want to see that movie. So, you know, but thank you everybody for all the love and everything you poured into this bucket, you know, and for looking out for Tony like that, because she fought this battle for a long time before we showed up. I've been talking to her over a year about these projects. Over a year before she actually started shooting the first one. And so, but you know, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Tony. Thank you to our audience, everybody who embraces these movies. Thank you to the Hallmark fans around the globe. Thank you to the cast and the crew. And I appreciate you guys. I love you so much. And I'm actually at a fundraiser right now, raising kids, raising money for kids, raising kids. I raised my kids already, but raising money for children with terminal challenges. And so that's what we're doing, racing them around the track Lamborghinis and Ferraris and you name it, and just
Wow.
making a dream come true for those little babies and raising money as we do it. So,
Wow.
yeah, I love you guys. I gotta go, so I'm not rude here. But thanks. Good seeing you guys. Please keep in touch with me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Some
Thank
of
you,
you,
Michael
some of
T.
you have. Akono, you do.
Without a
You
doubt.
guys do. Yeah. So I love
Hey,
you, and I'll
T,
talk to you later. All right.
before
Yes.
before you go away, T, I want to say hi to Sandra.
Hi, Sandra.
Hey.
I had fun.
Yeah, that's my dream girl. I feel so blessed. So listen, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you. I hope to see you soon. All right.
Will
Bye.
do.
Okay. All right. Bye. Thank you, Sylvia.
I see.
All right. Bye.
We're all. I only in my head we're gonna be here for like 30 minutes. Like we want to, this was gonna be. But this is what's funny. I love when people and the girls on here, ladies, you can identify. Don't you love when people call you at like 8 o'clock in the morning? And go, oh, let's jump on a Zoom.
Right. Nice.
You know what you get when you get people to jump on a Zoom? This is what you get.
Yeah.
At 7 o'clock in the morning. I just appreciate it, you know, because you have to set things up and rearrange things and whatever. And we're all like making little movies every day now just to have a meeting. And I so appreciate y'all doing this and jumping on. And yeah, so we can go around the little circle and let's end on Keisha. So we can start wherever y'all want to start. Akono, why don't we start with Gail?
Hey guys, so thank you, Silvia. I didn't want to be rude either, but so I a lot of people in my community were having this big premiere at the local country club. So a lot of people are showing up. So I was and I'm one of the hosts, so that's why I was gonna head there. But I just want to say, you know, everyone, thank you so much for just believing in this project. And Silvia, thank you so much for believing in me as an artist. Everyone, you really have just made this guy from Mississippi dream come true. And thank you all for being so humble. It's so easy to work with. It's so supportive. It's so much fun and just bringing so much light. You really just have made me a more of an happier person. So just thank you, everyone. And hope everyone has a beautiful day. And hey, hopefully we can do this again here really soon.
Have fun. Have fun. Our love to your family and your friends and everyone.
Amen.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, Jason, you want to go? You want to go, Jason?
Yeah, sorry, I was on mute for a second. I'm a fall victim. No, I want to thank everyone. This was so great for me, and it really made it easier being with such professional actors. Even like any of my scenes with Keisha, she was just already so natural, but just makes you feel at ease. And that's not something that comes with, because I've done other things, and some people could, like you said, be naturally intimidating. So I really hope everyone enjoys this movie. I don't have Nessa premiere, but I am cooking out, so I got to get back to the grill and do my thing. And I got some friends over, do some swimming, and just enjoy this beautiful project that I was blessed to be a part of. And thank you as well, because I do remember over there at the boat, you made me feel so at home as well, and I appreciate your light.
Just before you jump off, people are hitting me up saying how much they're enjoying watching us and how much fun it is to watch us do what we're doing. So they're like, because this is so much fun. So I just want you guys to know. Bye, Jason. Have a beautiful
Bye,
day.
Jason.
Love to your family.
You know, I'm not getting off anytime soon. If y'all gonna have to kick me off, that's the kind of guy I am. But no, everybody is just so awesome and so great, and I'm actually so surprised. I was telling people about the film and everything, and I'm just so happy to know that so many people are Hallmark lovers and Hallmark fanatics, and know family members that are big with Hallmark. And I'm just like, wow, just to see the light that they have, knowing that there's going to be a film with, us and Mahogany, and, this great cast, and everybody's so excited that I talked to. I went, I've been doing the international thing, but I've also gone to a few film festivals. I know Keisha's gone to a film festival at least. And then, just hearing all the feedback from this and and just knowing that people are so excited about this project gives me so much joy. And I'm just like, wow, we really did this. Like, we really like hunkered down, and did this project in a amount of time that, that people would not believe that we could get a whole film done in.
Yeah.
But it's just so thankful for everyone just coming up and bringing us all together. Sylvia, Mykelti, the producers, Tony, everybody at Hallmark, the rest of the cast that wasn't able to make it here, for sure. But yeah, just all the love. Like, man, I love you guys. You guys
You
are the
know what?
best.
I want to say one thing too. This is really, really quick because I know we all need to jump off. But Tony is in a unique position, and it's a triangulation of 3 beautiful brown women who are doing their thing inside of this behemoth called Hallmark. And so Mahogany is Tony, it's Elisa Olivares, it is Erica McCrary, and they all came to set. You guys met them. They are lovely, powerful women who are just doing. This is my second project with them, back to back. And the things that she is challenged with and she's tasked with are not tiny, and she just goes in and she just does it. She's like, very collaborative. What do you think? What about this? What, you know what I mean? And because she just wants to get it right. And I think she's got a beautiful, beautiful track record. But quite frankly, I'm here because of Tony. Tony, it's not like this is my first rodeo, but Tony is the one that said, you.
Mm-hmm.
Out of all the people she could have called, and she's got a lot of people she could have called to do the previous film and then to do this one as well. She didn't have to call me, but she did. And that's a big deal for me. To me, that's a big deal. She decided, yeah, somebody just taps you on it. And it's, I am really, really, really grateful, grateful for that. So, okay, I'm going to stop talking.
I'll go next. I guess it is for me to go next, right? Before Keisha. I can't say how much of a blessing this project was for me. To learn from everybody on set, for Silvia, Mykelti, you guys believing in me and trusting me with this fun role. I say to the audience, those who are watching, do not just dare to dream. It doesn't matter what your situation is. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you have that dream, pursue it. God gave it to you, pursue it. So I'm the crier on the phone today. So thank you guys.
Yeah. I saw that post, by the way. That was a beautiful post on your Instagram. You guys go look at Letitia's Instagram. There's a beautiful post about just going, me, Lord? Okay. And then it's just really beautiful, and I loved it. And by the way, I didn't tell you, I'm going to tell you this really quickly too. I told you on set, but I'm going to tell the world. You are so delightful. That's the word I think of when I think of you. Like, you are delightful. When you laugh from way down here. You know what I mean? It's like your whole face laughs, your whole face smiles, your eyes, everything about you. And you just brought and I know, now that I know what I know about the what you were feeling, it's even more impressive. Keisha Sharp is, I mean, she's sharp. You know what I mean? And you came in and just, because that can feel really weird. It's one thing when you're doing a play with a bunch of your friends, and everybody's a good actor, but you know everybody and whatever. But it's another thing when you're on set with Mykelti directing and Keisha Sharp starring in it. You know what I mean? And you just came in and just, whatever was going on underneath, you were like, who are the ones is it the ducks that paddle underwater? They look really calm on the surface, but underneath they're like, that's what it was like. And so I wanted to thank you for that. And every note and all my little, hey, this is, me running around and doing all my little stuff and saying, you just rolled with all of it. And we're so, and T and I were talking about how directable you were from his perspective. And yeah, don't dim your light, baby.
Mm-hmm.
You are extraordinary.
Thank
and
you.
I just wanted you to know that.
Thank
Okay, now I'm gonna
Go vacation, Denise. Go
Hey.
Denise.
They don't know about that.
No, No,
Not yet.
No,
they
but they will.
They
But
will.
they will. All right, Keisha, would you round us out, baby girl?
Yes. What can I say? First of all, I just want to again just say that it was an incredible cast and crew, production, everybody put their heart and soul into this movie. And I know just that we're talking about the industry, but just in real life outside of the industry for everybody, it doesn't take that much to be kind. And I feel like, I always say when someone asks me about what I do, I love being an actor. I love being a director. It's that part, Sylvia. I love being a director and actor, but my purpose isn't that. My purpose is anytime I get a job and I'm on a set, I know my purpose. It's like I'm going to talk to somebody because I'm supposed to be there to talk to them. You walk in with light because you're supposed to. It's what feels right. And I think outside of this movie, if someone can take that even from this life, that in your life, no matter what you're going through, pull from a place in your heart and your soul where you can be kind to one another, and it will feed you. It'll feed your soul, because that's what we're supposed to do. So that's not a personal thing, but talking about this film, I think everyone will enjoy it. I think everyone can relate to it. I think we've all come to places in our life that we need a breakthrough, especially people of a certain age. We think it's over at it. People tell you.
Yeah.
I'm not one that believes this, but people will tell you when you get to a certain age that it's over, stop dreaming, or that's not going to happen. You have your whole life ahead of you until you don't. And you don't when you don't have breath in your body. Until then, fight for what you want to do. It's just like Letitia was just saying. It's like your dreams, whatever they are. First of all, they can change. Don't get hung up on something that didn't happen, and then you're like, well,
100%.
that means that my whole life is over. Find another purpose. You will find joy in life if you keep looking. And I think this movie will send that message to everyone as well. That breakthrough for everybody. Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing really to say after that, except I want to say something about you. One of the things that people are going to really enjoy is watching you flexing your comedy chops again, because you are so funny in this movie. And there's one scene in particular when you're learning, and I won't give it away, but when Monica is really learning to golf. I've seen that scene 152 million times, and every single time I see it, we laugh. It is so fun. But throughout this film, your comedy, I'm so excited for people to get reminded, even though they know obviously that you are have comedy chops and you're funny and all that. But there's been a lot of more dramatic roles recently,
Yeah.
and for them to be reminded that your comic timing is just so. Oh my gosh, it was just so much fun to watch. It was so much fun to watch that,
Oh,
So
thank
I'm
you, Sylvia.
excited for people to see that. And the last bit that I will say on the kindest note is when the line made the movie, but when Denise says to Monica, "Don't be nice, be kind." There's a difference. That's important. And I will on this note, I will end this Zoom, is that what is the difference? The difference is you can be nice from the outside in, outside. Kind is from the inside out. And so there's the etymology of nice is not great. So if anybody wants to Google the word nice, you will discover something that's going to make you go, ooh, maybe I should stop saying that word. But we still say it because it's built into our vocabulary. But the idea is they're not the same. And when I met you, Keisha, when I was around you, Tuffer, like you can feel the kindness. And it wasn't just you guys, but you can just feel it. Light attracts light.
Yep.
And aliens recognize other aliens. Unicorns recognize other unicorns. People who radiate kindness, you can just feel. You don't have to say anything. When we were sitting at Craft Services, Tuffer, we were talking about your mom.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about, living a plant-based lifestyle and all that. When you were sitting over there and you were thinking about kind of, what was going on with this particular line that we were doing a few times in the airport. But you could all, at the same time, you could feel that you were like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to settle into this moment, and I'm just going to let this radiate through me. And you can feel all of that. And the knowing who you are piece, and not letting other people determine for you who you are. yes, particularly when you are of a certain age and when you are a woman, but it's also just in general, you're too young, you're too old, you're too short, you're too fat,
Yep.
you're too skinny,
Yep.
you're too black, you're not black enough, you're too. But if you, this movie, I hope what people will get from it is when they are walking through this woman's life who seemingly has, she's wrapped beautifully, she's got this job, she's got all the trappings, but inside of her, she's questioning her value. And at the moment that she stops questioning her value, you see the change in her life. And I'm hoping that people will feel that and go, you know what? Maybe I could fill in the blank.
Yes.
You know, maybe it's not over. Maybe I can begin anew. Maybe I can shift my mindset, you know, and at the same time have fun and feel good. So
Yes.
anyway, thank you for all of that, you guys.
Hallmark.
Well, I love you guys so much.
Love you too.
I love you. And hey, Jackie, I'm not ignoring you. Did you want to say something, sweetheart? Before we go?
Oh, no, I look, I'm just enjoying the moment. I've watched you all from behind the camera and the editing, and it's just a joy.
I love you guys so much. And congratulations on everything that's happening in your lives right now. And let us know what's going on so we can support, you know, so we can support each other, okay?
For sure.
Thank you, Silvia.
Thank you, Hallmark.
Guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hallmark.